May 13 local elections round the corner, the poll analysts have flayed the Election Commission for over strict election code of conduct, calling them impractical and difficult to abide by. The consequence is that the codes of conduct have been openly flouted in the run-up to the local elections. However, the Commission remains a silent spectator, neither does it have the resources to clamp down on the increasing violation of the election code of conduct. Good morning, I'm Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Candidates busy in promotion campaigns for nearing local election increase the use of social media. Election Commission reprinting 700,000 ballot papers. Over 4 million workers yet to be included in the Social Security Fund. Labour rights limited to mere slogans due to indifference of employers and parties. Dozens of civilians evacuated from Mariupol to both Russia-controlled and Ukraine-controlled territory after weeks of under siege. And Everton moved to within 2 points of the Premier League safety zone with a priceless 1-0 win over Chelsea at Goodison Park. Tottenham hammer Leicester 3-1. The Election Commission has begun printing ballot papers for metropolises. The Commission is to reprint around 700,000 ballot papers because of a large number of candidates in a few Tarai districts. According to the Commission, ballot papers are being printed for 6 metropolises and 4 municipalities of Kantipur. Prior to this, the Commission had said that election symbols were to be included only for positions in the metropolises for which candidacies were registered. The Commission has added that it had to reprint the ballot papers because of high number of independent candidates. Meanwhile, despite the policy of the Commission to strictly monitor the use of social networking platforms for sharing of fake news and information, it is yet to clarify the nature of actions. Meanwhile, a total of 332 candidates have been unanimously elected so far. Campaigns of candidates for the local level election have intensified after they were handed the electoral symbols. The candidates are reaching the homes of their voters after receiving their election symbol. The promotion campaigns have, however, witnessed new practices, including the innovative use of social networking platforms. Candidates of political parties and those independent are currently busy in their promotion campaigns. In addition to door-to-door campaigns, the candidates have prioritized the use of social networking platforms instead of the old practices of posters, banners and graffiti. As the Election Code of Conduct has prohibited the use of clothes and graffiti, the candidates have intensified their presence in social networking platforms, including YouTube, Twitter, Facebook and TikTok, among others. Some parties have even formed a dedicated team for promotion on these digital platforms. The government effort to bring in 1.8 million workers of the formal sector and 2.5 million workers of the informal sector under the umbrella of Social Security has failed to produce the expected outcomes. Only around 350,000 workers are listed in the Social Security Fund. Despite the number of organizations to be included in the fund standing at around 400,000, only 17,000 of them are listed as of now. Workers in the formal and informal sectors have been denied their rights as the Social Security program has failed to meet its objectives. With the nearing local level election, the social networking sites are full of promotion contents of candidates and political parties. Meanwhile, in this busy election period, the internet service providers have warned of halting their services. Dispute related to due payments have surfaced once again between the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology and the internet service provider companies in the face of the election. The government has been urging the ISPs to pay the due amount of 1.22 billion rupees. The ministry has denied permission for foreign exchange as the Office of the Auditor General has kept the amount under heading of receivables. However, the umbrella organization of the internet service providers, ISPAN, has remained firm in its stance of not holding talks regarding the payment, which it says does not need to be paid. The government is in a state of dilemma as the ISPs have refrained from making the payment and have instead warned of halting services. The service seekers are likely to be worst affected as the dispute between the ISPs and the government related to tax on maintenance service is yet to be resolved. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked in several provinces why have labor's issues been limited to agendas. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
जो श्रमिक छ ऊ त्यो ठाउँमा त्यो पोलिसी लेभलसम्म पुग्न सकेको छैन
कुराहरु अगाडि हामीले पुर्याए पनि तर हाम्रो कुरा सुन्दिने राज्यले सुन्दिने कोही पनि छैन
आफू सरकारमा गएपछि त्यो मुद्दा बिर्सिन्छन्
चुनावको बेलामा नेताहरुले भोट लिनको लागि मात्र यसलाई माथि उछाल्ने काम गर्छ
राज्यमा हाम्रो गतिलो नै छैन भने चाहिँ हामीले कसरी अगाडि बढ्ने हाम्रो दुःख यही छ
निरीक्षण गर्दै हिँड्नेमा नै बलियो हुन्थ्यो होला है
Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What is the reason for the sorry state of social security of workers in Nepal? Your options are A, indifference of institutions, B, lack of unity among workers, and C, no implementation of laws. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Let's move on to sports update.
Sports news.
Nepal and Zimbabwe A teams play their second T20 match slated to begin at 1 p.m. at TU Cricket Ground later today. In the first T20 match yesterday, Zimbabwe notched up a comprehensive 6 wickets victory despite a challenging total posted by host Nepal. Zimbabwe A chased the target of 182 runs, losing only 4 wickets and 7 balls to spare. Nepali bowlers led by Sandeep Lamishane had an off day yesterday as the skipper himself conceded 50 runs off his 4 overs for a return of 1 wicket. The third match of the series is slated for Wednesday, while the two teams will proceed to play a one-day series beginning this Friday. The series has been taken as practice matches for the World Cup League 2 to be held in the US. Before we wrap up, let's take a look at the top stories one more time. Candidates busy in promotion campaigns for nearing local election, increase the use of social media, Election Commission reprinting 700,000 ballot papers. Over 4 million workers yet to be included in the Social Security Fund, labour rights limited to mere slogans due to indifference of employers and parties. Dozens of civilians evacuated from Mariupol to both Russia-controlled and Ukraine-controlled territory after weeks of under siege. And Everton moved to within 2 points of the Premier League safety zone with a priceless 1-0 win over Chelsea at Goodison Park. Tottenham hammer Leicester 3-1. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good day.